Hey gang, how y'all doing? Today we are going to be installing this SC project on our friend Fernando's Streetfighter V4 SP. This is going to be the CRT exhaust. Figured we'd take you along for the ride today, show you how to get rid of this stock system and replace it with the CRT from SC Project. All right, let's get started. All right, let's see what we've got in the box here. All right, so we've got two link pipes. Got this one a little bit smaller than the first. So really nice, beautiful link pipe there. All titanium. So that's the smaller of the two. And then this guy looks really nice. So yeah, we got a really good looking exhaust here. You've got the bungs already set in here. So if you want to run your stock O2 sensors, you can do that. Completely titanium construction here. And SC Project is really good about doing the pie cuts. So you end up with a really nice looking exhaust here instead of just a, just a straight bend. Really showing off the welding. All of the SC Project exhausts are handmade in Italy, so you get some really nice craftsmanship there. And then once you get a few heat cycles through this, you'll get some really nice coloration, some nice bluing that comes out. So that's those guys. And then we've got, this is the can. So we've got a little bit of paperwork, some hardware, and then this guy. So this is the CRT. So the CRT is going to be their competition for race only, as designated right here on the back. Got laser etching on there. This is their R version, so you have the titanium mesh on the outlet there, and then the CRT just looks so stinking good. Just really simple, really nice, straightforward construction. And then let's take a look at what we've got here in the paperwork. So we got a couple of stickers. So these guys are not heat resistant, so as designated on the back side there. And then you get one that is heat resistant. So this one can go, anywhere that's going to end up getting hot, that kind of thing. Got the schematic. So this is the full blowout of everything that comes with the exhaust. So you kind of see how everything goes together. And then this is going to be a really simple kind of instruction manual on how to fit the exhaust up to the motorcycle. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. 9 levels or 9 steps to get this thing installed. So it should be fairly straightforward. And then we've got the hardware here. So all the hardware that you're gonna need is included. You've got two O2 sensor block-offs, crush washers for that, got several springs, and then you've got the exhaust hanger bolt as well as the flange, and then some anti-seize to make sure that everything will go together and come apart if you need to get that done. All right, let's get started. All right, so let's see what it's gonna take to get this exhaust off and then get the SC Project on. So first, this belly pan is gonna have to come off. Then the heat shields are gonna come off, and then that is gonna give us an access to see what exactly is holding the stock exhaust on, and then we can figure out what it takes to get the SC project on. All right, let's see what this is gonna take. So the belly pan needs to come off. All right, and then run it over here. Another really important thing to think about is you want to be doing this while your exhaust is cold. So cold install is going to be the way to go on this so you don't burn yourself, because you're going to be working really close to these headers here. So we should be close. Make sure you support both sides. And then you've got a couple of hoses that are tied into the belly pan here. Then that'll drop off. Then carefully slide that around and you're free. All right, so now we've got the shroud here. So this is just a heat shroud. 2, 3, 4 bolts. Looks like we got 1, 2. Yep, got 2 there. And that exposes your exhaust. Why they put a heat shield on it. Definitely doesn't look as nice as that heat shield, does it? Same story over here. All right. All right, so now that we've got the exhaust exposed, we need to talk about this guy right here. So come here real quick. All right, so this is the servo system. So basically what ends up happening here is that you've got a servo that is controlled by the ECU that is going to actuate a flapper. If you can see that under there, it's going to actuate a flapper down there. And basically what that's doing is it is going to retain a little bit of heat in the exhaust system, provide a little bit more back pressure, so it'll heat up a little bit more until it gets to an operating temperature. And then either once you go in gear or depending on the mapping, it will open itself up, provide you a little bit more exhaust note, and then a little bit more free-flowing exhaust pressure. Our system is going to eliminate that. So what we need to do is we need to handle this guy. All right, so the servo, basically it is going to be just these 3 bolts right here, and then you've got a plug in here. So get these 3 bolts off of here. All right, and then this should just lift right out of here. And then, like I said, I have this plug right here. So if you can see that right there, it's just a white plug. There we go. And then we are gonna be eliminating this entire assembly. And then basically what's gonna happen is through either ECU tuning, flash, or a servo solution, you can do a servo eliminator kit that will basically just be plug and play. Before you get that done, if you eliminate this servo, you're probably gonna get some check engine lights, that kind of thing. But from there, you can just find that servo eliminator solution and be done with it. Okay, now that we've got the servo taken care of, that is pulled out of the bike, now we can move on to actually uninstalling the stock exhaust here. So we've got a couple of hanger bolts here and then some springs that we got to take care of. So let's get rolling on that. Let's see, we've got this guy right here. And do be careful with these springs. I know a lot of people will use a a zip tie or something like that, but you really want to get a nice metal exhaust spring puller, just because there's a lot of tension on these things and they can let go and end up across the room. This one as well. So we got those two off. And that is going to unseat it from the front bank of the header. And then over here we've got all right. And this connection is going to be to the rear. So what's going to end up happening is we've got a little bit of one fighting against the other, so this one might take a little bit of wiggling to get out. So we'll see how that works. All right. So now we should be free. Try a hammer here, see if we can get some movement. Of attack here. Seeing a little bit of movement. I just found a sneaky little hanger right here. So we got another hanger, and that is why we're not going very far. Okay, so after several hammers and a little bit of help, we finally got this to let go. All right, there it is. So got a mount right here, mount right here. This guy is a little hanger that sits right in here. So let's take a look at this. With the rubber mallet, we ended up putting these marks on the case just from some missed blows. That's something that can be really easily resolved just with a little bit of alcohol, a rag. Just get a little bit of alcohol in your rag, wipes right off. Good as new, Fernando. Put some gloves on here, just trying to keep any oils and that kind of thing off of the exhaust here. That titanium has a really nice finish, so we don't want to mess that up. Your hands have oils, and especially after getting that cat off, yeah, that was a pain in the... So with that being said, yeah, now we're just gonna take the grease that was supplied by SC Project. We're going to grease up all the joints here. Fairly liberal on the application of the grease here. That slides on real nice and easy. All right, so looks like we're going to have to just kind of force this one into place a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to reach into my bag here. Trying to not pinch myself here. The old leather strap move. Now, Just wiggle that, make sure it goes home. You've got a couple of exhaust springs to put on. Yeah, that looks like that fits a little bit better. So we're just going to take our flange here. We're not going to tighten anything just yet, just because we want to make sure that everything is seated nicely. So there's that. All right. Give everything just a quick rotation before we lock it into place. All right, yeah, let's take a look at this thing. Cleaning your exhaust before you turn it on for the first time is very important. So the factory in Italy actually recommends that you clean your titanium exhaust with WD-40. So grab yourself a fresh microfiber cloth, and we just want to be pretty liberal here. And you want to make sure that you're just getting all of these areas that you touched while you were installing this thing, which, as you just found out, is pretty much every piece and part of this exhaust. But you're wanting to get any of the oils that came off of your hand off of this exhaust. That includes the hanger, all the pieces, parts, the springs, all of that. Because what can happen is when that exhaust heat cycles, it is going to actually bake those fingerprints onto the exhaust and basically become permanent. Get this belly pan mounted back up. Perfect. And these panels don't need to be super tight. Tight enough, but not so tight that you're cracking the carbon. All right, and that has us done. So just gonna go over this one more time, make sure that everything is nice and tight, everything is good to go. And then we will take her out and see what she sounds like. right, let's see how much the SC Project system weighs. So we've got the hardware, got the silencer itself, and then the link pipes. So that looks like we are at 3.9 pounds. Let's check and see how much the stock exhaust weighs. So we've got the servo and can on there. Yikes. But wait, there's more. We've got 2 heat shields that went over the exhaust. So there's one. And the other. Wait, I forgot some hardware. So this was in there as well. Good for a 10th. That's 18 pounds.